came into the season talking about compete, and we're not competing. Offense can't put up points. It's bad. You got too much talent on that offensive side of the ball. You can't make excuses about injuries because there's still too much talent on that offensive side of the ball for us to not be getting in the end zone. You see other teams do it, and we just can't do it. All right, we're back, and same fucking story it always is. We suck. I guess I could have held back and refrained from the language. Maybe we'll go throw a beep in there somewhere. But it just is what it is. It's frustrating to continue to go out here every year hoping to at least see something decent, at least see, some glimpse of, hey, we might have a winning season. And we don't get that. So it's frustrating. That's the only thing I can say. It's frustrating. We had a bye week. It was nice to not have the stress of worrying about the Raiders losing, especially after that loss we don't even want to think about. I'm not going to speak about it again. It hurt so bad, and it was one of the most hurtful losses next to the Super Bowl loss and the snow game. But with that being said, we can go ahead and move forward. We can talk about where we are. We're sitting at 2-5, which is not good. We got a quarterback. We'll get to him in a second. Let's talk about Tyler Lockett. So we just acquired Tyler Lockett. I think that's a great thing. Now we got another veteran over there in the receiving room. They can add one depth to the receiving core and also, some mentorship and hopefully, hold this team together. And it's no secret that Jacoby Myers isn't happy here. Let him go. I'm not saying let him go, like just release him, but go ahead and trade him. Do what you got to do to make him happy and to benefit us. We'll touch back on that in a second. But Geno Smith is terrible. He's terrible. That's the only thing I can say. His play has just been so bad. And we have to compete. We came into the season talking about compete, and we're not competing. Offense can't put up points. It's bad. You got too much talent on that offensive side of the ball. You can't make excuses about injuries because there's still too much talent on that offensive side of the ball for us to not be getting in the end zone. You see other teams do it, and we just can't do it, which brings us to our coaches. I'm not going to touch on the head coach so much right now. I'm not going to say he's doing a bad job, but, it ain't an easy job. As far as the offensive coordinator, trying to find my words. I'm trying to make sure I say this and not come off wrong. Sometimes you need to tell somebody to just call plays, because you over here telling, the running back how he can stand in the backfield has nothing to do with the plays. Draw up the plays. Maybe you need to be sitting up there and just not even really interacting so much. Audibles need to be being called on the field. It's not making sense. If Geno doesn't have audibles to call, and that's the reason he's playing so terrible and throwing these interceptions and just not being productive at all, then that's one thing. Don't be a control freak. We can't have control freaks because that's only hurting us. Like, let these players play. That's what they're getting paid to do. Now it's going to bring us to the offensive line. And we know that Jackson Powers Johnson should be starting at center. That's not an argument. That's just a fact. If Carroll's son needs to lose his job, then he needs to lose his job because we're too far into the season to be talking about this. We need to be building a team for the future. And JPJ at center is building a team for the future. And I'll tell you what, Aiden O'Connell's coming back from injury. Is he better than Geno? Can he win at some games? Possibly. We've seen him do it. He's a competitor. And I have a lot of respect for him. So, I'd like to see him get out there and get on the field again. I don't know what the timeline really is for that, but It'll be nice to see. And really, I'm gonna just throw it out there. The team is losing the morale. I mean, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard. Even the fans, it's hard year after year. And ever since you got rid of Carr, we ain't had a quarterback, and now we sitting here, trying to figure it out, and it ain't getting figured out. So, what do? We need at least hope. Now you see what Cleveland did. They didn't trade it. I mean, excuse me, they didn't pick up Shador. They traded us Kenny Pickett for a fourth round pick. So we just gave him a fourth round pick for a trash quarterback. Excuse me. I'm not gonna call him trash. For a quarterback that we shouldn't have on our roster. That was a panic move. It was a bad move. If you were gonna do anything, you should have traded for Shador. Now, bringing this back around. What do we need right now? We need a quarterback. We need a quarterback for the future. So if you're gonna bring somebody in, you want to bring somebody in that's gonna be liked by the players and gets along well with the coach. That brings me to this point. If Jacoby don't want to be here, we don't really want to let him go, but we do need a quarterback. I mean, yeah, we need a lot of pieces, but don't go fixing all them other pieces when you ain't got no quarterback. So if you done already wasted a fourth round pick on Kenny Pickett, you may as well go ahead and trade Jacoby over there to Cleveland for Shador. And I don't think they'll pass that one up. And shit, that's a win for us. We go ahead, take Shador, throw him on the field, after he gets accumulated to the offense. And definitely needs to be a chaperone for Chip Kelly because, like I said, his power tripping and shit ain't fitting. No, we're not gonna let that get in the way of success. Yes, you come up with some great plays, and you have a great mind when it comes to that offensive scheme, but you remind me of Gruden with the power tripping shit. And sometimes you just need to sit the fuck down and let the shit be executed. So that's that's my thoughts on that. We had a great bye weekend. Got to sit back and relax and do things this weekend. Got to watch a 6U game. It was great. Had a great time. Lost my voice, and I've gotten it back now. But yeah, we're looking forward to this week where we play Jacksonville, and to keep it 100, I don't know what to expect, and I'm not even gonna get excited about it because you know history shows we typically give up crazy stats in games like this. So Travis Hunter will probably have his career day, unfortunately. You know, might catch a touchdown and have a pick six the way Gino be playing. So yeah. Anyway, I'll check back in with y'all. We'll do we'll probably do a pregame. I'll go over who's playing and the matchups and how I think we'll do. And we'll be live streaming again. So tune into the channel for the live stream of the game where I sit here and I broadcast it, give you all the play-by-play and my commentation on what's popping off in the game. Thank you, and I will see you again.